there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
So we are talking Justin Timberlake because he is seething. He is pissed off that Britney Spears, his ex from over 20 years ago, is outshining and overshadowing his new music, his new album, and all of the things. And it's to the point that he is considering doing a sit-down tell-all interview with Oprah. You guys. I think this is a terrible idea because we are in the post-Me Too era. Social media now compared to when you did your interview where you were crying and all of the things with Diane Sawyer and painted Britney Spears as the villain and everything. That's not going to work in 2024. It's just not, because you haven't pissed off just, Britney fans and Britney Army. You've pissed off Janet Jackson's fans, Michael Jackson's fans, Prince's fans, and a whole multitude of other people that you have never been held accountable for. And you hide behind making women, the villain and your origin story for everything. Just like it's the woman's fault that you were openly having PDA with your co-star on your movies and you're a married man with kids. But it's the actress's fault. And not you, who is the one who got married and supposed to take vows. But basically Justin Timberlake is pissed because his lead single, Selfish, it was overtaken by Britney fans trolling and also charting a song that was an unreleased track on a deluxe edition of Femme Fatale, also entitled Selfish. And then they were also running up the numbers on Britney Spears' music videos to outperform Justin Timberlake's current Selfish video. And, even Britney did some promotion for Justin Timberlake and decided to do an apology that was later deleted, which also helped sales of Justin Timberlake's lead single. But ultimately, that apology was rescinded when Justin Timberlake is still throwing shots at Britney Spears anytime he performs Cry Me a River, and basically just shows the quote-unquote PR apology that he did when the documentary exposed him the first time of how misogynistic and everything else he was, and just completely openly flagrant with it, and didn't care how disrespectful he was to Britney. Ultimately he's not living in what he's practicing. I think this is career suicide if he does this tell-all interview with Oprah, and I think this article is put out on purpose to see what the masses are going to say, to see what the reaction is going to say. There are some people who want Justin to do it just because they like the mess and the chaos, but I think it's career suicide. You are not going to outsmart or outperform the Britney Army. You're just not going to do it, because you have to factor in the fact that Britney Spears has been quiet for 20 plus years about you. Has literally had plenty of opportunities to air you out, and chose not to until she released her memoir. But you've benefited off of this relationship for over 20 years. A big part of your music success as a solo artist is because of you basically using Britney Spears for promo and basically referencing Britney Spears in your songs. But you don't want to have that conversation, right? Because you want to appear like you're this good, faithful husband, which you're not, right? So I think it's a terrible idea. The best thing for Justin Timberlake to do is just shut up. Like, if we're keeping it a buck, real talk, focus on your new music. Your tour is selling very well. Focus on that. And, do the reunion album and reunion tour with NSYNC. Because the more that you're going to try to spin, any type of narrative and then try to go back and forth with Britney Spears, it's going to be a losing battle. You're not going to win against Britney Spears fan base. You're not going to do it. because the other side of this is, shortly after, this breakup and her and Britney Spears' parents breaking up, and then dealing with the leech that was Kevin Federline, and then having kids with him, and then after that, Britney, of course, had her breakdown and was going through it. So you're going to make fun of somebody, you're going to drag somebody who has basically been under a conservatorship all this time, who wasn't allowed to have a voice, wasn't allowed to even access her own money, was basically having a hired babysitter around her 24/7. Everybody was making millions off of her during her Vegas residency, and you're throwing shots at that, saying that's where people go whose careers are dead. When Britney Spears literally revived the whole Vegas residency experience once people saw the millions she was making, except for it wasn't going to her pockets, it was going to everybody else's, because that has been the summary of Britney Spears' career, is everybody else eats off of Britney, except for Britney herself. And then the one time Britney Spears wants to tell her truth, now all of a sudden you're crying again and you're in your feelings again. But nobody told you to throw all these shots every time you perform Cry Me a River. Nobody told you to be fake. Nobody told you to cheat on all of your partners and your current wife. That's not Britney's fault. That's your fault. Nobody told you to be a jerk. That's not Britney's fault. Nobody told you to go on all those interviews back in the day and air out your relationship with Britney Spears and, basically be disgusting and talk about your sex life and all these other things that we didn't need to know about, that we didn't ask about. And you always threw jabs at her and never apologized for it, never took accountability for it, because you liked the success that came with it. And you liked the hits and the album sales and the fame that came with selling out your ex-girlfriend. But then behind the scenes was still trying to get back with her. So if you're going to do a tell-all with Oprah, you need to tell the truth. And the problem is going to be for you is you think it's going to be an opportunity for you to just completely drag Britney Spears. And you see how that worked out for your longtime collaborator Timberlake when he attempted that. So you need to let this ride out. It is a 24/7 media cycle to where people will move on to the next trending topic and keep it moving. Focus on your tour. Focus on your new album. Britney Spears and the Britney Army, they won't have to troll you if you're not doing stupid stuff. Don't be messy either before, during, or after the performance at Cry Me a River. Or heck, take it off the set list for a while. If you're so concerned, because somebody's going to be there with the camera to see if you're going to say anything messy or do anything messy. So you have a decision to make. If you're going to continue to be a jerk and live in your truth as a jerk, fine. But don't get mad when there's backlash for it. Or just not acknowledge it altogether. And focus on the new music. But again, we wouldn't be talking about you if it's not for your relationship with Britney Spears. That's what's so funny. Justin has benefited so much off of the backs of other people. First, obviously, for using Timberlake for a lot of his music success. Number one, originally JC Chasez, who was the original lead singer of NSYNC, who is the better singer than Justin Timberlake, but because they wanted to promote a younger demographic of teenagers to sell albums, Justin Timberlake started getting a lot of solo opportunities. But he's not that great of a singer, you guys. And Justin Timberlake has the career that Usher should have had, if we're keeping it a buck. There is no reason why Justin Timberlake was able to headline a Super Bowl before Usher. And Usher is the one with the Diamond album. Make it make sense. So there is that. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Do you think Justin Timberlake should do a tell-all interview with Oprah? I think it's career suicide. I think it's a mistake. Just let everything ride out. but you can't be giving fake PR written apologies, claiming that you are, remorseful and things of what happened and you wish the best to Britney Spears and all these things, only to throw shots at your concerts. And you still have yet to actually give a proper apology to Janet Jackson. And she's too classy to even acknowledge you. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.